Welcome everybody to the 2016 Mets season replay. We are replaying game 67. The Mets to this point are 35 and 31, and we're keeping track of the stats of four players: Granderson, Cabrera, Cespedes, and Walker. Not doing any pitchers today. For the Braves, it's going to be Aaron Blair. Now, Aaron Blair, we're using actual lineups. Aaron Blair pitched this game. He ended up with a 2-win season with a 7.59 ERA, and he'll be pitching against Steven Matz, who won 9 with a 3.40 ERA. So we're going to get started right away. It's going to be Chase d'Arnaud leading off, playing second base for the Braves. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 3 off d'Arnaud's card, a 3-12, and it's going to be a ground ball hit at the third baseman, Flores, over to first, 1 down. Ender Enciarte, Gold Glove type center fielder, batted .291 with 3 home runs. Not much power in 2016. He improved on that in 2017, I believe. 2-6. It's also off Enciarte's card, and that's a walk. So Matz walks Enciarte. Here's the pitch to Freddie Freeman. Big power hitter for the Braves, and that's a 2-6, and that's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop, Cabrera. He flips over to Walker and back to Loney for a 6-4-3, third out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Mets due to bat, no score. Here's going to be the pitch from Blair. It's off of Curtis Granderson's card, who leads off for the Mets. It's a 3-11. That's popped up to the right side. Second baseman d'Arnaud's there for the first out. It's going to be Asdrubal now. And that is off Blair's card. A 6-2 fly ball pulled to right field corner. Hustling over there is going to be the right fielder, Markakis, and he makes the catch. And now it's going to be Yoenis Cespedes. He is the center fielder for the Mets. Big power hitter. It's going to be 2-11. And that ball is lined, base hit for Cespedes. Cespedes is on at first. Not a threat to steal, but a decent speed around the bases. Here's Neil Walker. Again, it's going to be off of Aaron Blair's card. A 4-11. A 4-11 is a fly ball right field X. Markakis is a 2 in right field, and we rolled a 14. And that's going to be a ball that Markakis gets to for the third out. So the Mets leave 1, and after 1 inning of play, no score. So against Matz, it's going to be Jeff Francoeur. It's going to be off Francoeur's car, a 5. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Matz. Markakis, 5-6. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout. Second out of the inning for Matz. It's going to be Tyler Flowers, the catcher. It's going to be a 4-11, and that ball is lifted to left field. Left fielder is Conforto. He's a 4 in left field. And we rolled an 11, a 4 and 11. That ball drops in there. And stopping at second is going to be Flowers with a stand-up double. A ball that Conforto just couldn't manage to get to. Now here we have an interesting case. It's Brandon Snyder. Brandon Snyder hasn't played since 2013. He makes a short appearance in 2016 with the Braves. In 2013, he played with the Red Sox. He appears in 37 games. He has 46 at-bats. He hits 5 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 home runs in 46 at-bats. Drives in 9 runs and bats .239. So we pulled a card that was very, very similar, a power that grants him good power with about a .230 average. And we kind of taped his name on there. So this is Brandon Snyder's card. And he is starting today in the actual lineup at third base for the Braves. Very interesting case. So, has good power. Let's see. It's got a home run at 7, 1 to 3, and a home run in column 3 at 8. Well, there's 2 outs now, and Flowers is at second, and here's the pitch to Brandon Snyder. That's a 6-7, and that ball is grounded to the second baseman. Walker is a 3, re-rolled an 11. And Walker handles it easily for the third out. So the Braves leave 1 here in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. It's going to be Aaron Blair pitching to Michael Conforto. Here's the pitch to Conforto, 6-11. It's a ground ball to the first baseman, X. Freeman is a 2. We rolled a 4. And that's an out. Freeman flips to the pitcher covering. 1 away. Next is Wilmer Flores. Wilmer Flores batted .267 with 16 home runs. 3-3. That ball is lined, caught by the shortstop, Ibar. Second out of the inning. James Loney now. It's a 2-7 ground ball to the third baseman. And that's Snyder over to first for the third out. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. And it's going to be Matz facing Ibar, 2-7. And that ball is hit up the middle and through for a base hit. So Ibar is on with a single. Pitcher's going to bunt here. It's going to be an 8, and that is a successful sacrifice. So Blair lays down a bunt that gets Ibar to second, 1 away. It's going to be Chase Darno. Chase Darno hit it to a grounder in his first at bat, and it's 4-5, and that's a strikeout. That's the third strikeout for Matz. Second out of the inning. And it's Ender Enciarte. 3-9. That's a fly ball lifted to right. Right fielder Granderson. He squeezes it for the third out. So after 2.5, no score. And it's going to be Rivera, Matz. Rivera, Matz, and the leadoff Granderson. Here's the pitch. It's 5-9. 5-9 is a walk. So Rivera walks. He's on at first. Matz is going to bunt. And that's a 4. And that's a successful sacrifice. 1 away. And Rivera's on at second. It's going to be Curtis Granderson now with an opportunity to drive in a run here. Here's the pitch from Blair. It's 6-9, and that's a walk. So runners on first and second, and Asdrubal Cabrera. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and that's a 2-8. A 2-8 is a pop-up to the right side. Excuse me. Chase Darno calls for and makes the catch. 2 away now, and Cespedes, who's singled in his first at bat, is 1 for 1. He's going to bat with 2 runners on base. Now he's got power. And that's a 1-8, and that's a walk, ball 4. Bases are now loaded. So Blair has walked the bases loaded, and it's Neil Walker, cleanup hitter for the Mets. He's got power as well, as you can see, especially in column 1, 4, 5, and 6 split. And it's going to be a 4-4 off of Blair's card, a 4-6. And that's going to be a split die, and that ball is lined into the gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Ender Inciardi chasing it. Around comes, scoring is Rivera. Around third comes Granderson, and they're going to try to wave. Cespedes is home, and Cespedes is going to be, oh wait, we use this. Cespedes is going to be safe at home. So a 3-run double by Walker, Neil Walker, and the Mets are now up 3-0 here in the bottom of the third. Neil Walker's at second base. There are 2 outs. And it's Michael Conforto. It's 1-6, 1-6. And that ball is lined into the gap. And that's going to roll to the wall. Hustling after it is Inciardi again. Scoring is Walker, and into second base standing, excuse me, is Michael Conforto. 4-0 Mets. Going to be a trip to the mound. Here's the pitch to Flores. 3-3. That ball is lined and caught by the shortstop, Ibar, for the third out. But the Mets pick up 4 runs. 4 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks. And they lead it 4-0 going to the top of the fourth. So in the top of the fourth is going to be Freddie Freeman against Steven Matz. It's 4-0 Mets here in the top of the fourth inning. Freddie Freeman's a 5-3. It's a fly ball right field X. Granderson is a 3. We rolled a 5. And that's going to be a ball that Granderson hustles after and gets to. 1 away here in the top of the fourth inning. Jeff Francoeur starting this game. Francoeur struck out in his first at bat. And that's going to be a 6-8. A 6-8 is a strikeout. 4th strikeout for Matz. Max has given up 2 hits and a walk so far. 2 away here in the top of the fourth inning. And it's Nick Markakis. 4-11. It's a fly ball left field. X, the left fielder's a 4. We rolled a 1, and that's going to be a ball that Conforto gets to for the out. 3 up, 3 down here. In the top of the fourth, we go to the bottom of the fourth, 4-0 Mets. Aaron Blair is still in there. It's going to be James Loney. 6-10. 6-10 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop is a 3. We rolled a 19. We may have to roll that again. Yes, we do. 17. And that's an out. 6-3. Loney grounds out. And it's going to be Rivera. And then the pitcher. It's a 2-3. Ground ball to second baseman. Second baseman Darno over to first for the second out. And then Steven Matz. Steven Matz is a batter 2. So we have used pitcher's hitting card number 2. And it's a 3-10. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. And Ibar gets him by a step for the third out. And we go to the top of the fifth inning now. 4-0 Mets. For Matz, it's going to be Flowers, Snyder, and Ibar. 5-8. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. It's a 16. And that's a ball that Asdrubal handles, rifles it to first, 1 away. Brandon Snyder now. Hasn't played since 2013. 5-5, and that's going to be off of Steven Matz, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 5th strikeout for Matz. Second out of the inning. It's going to be Eric Ibar. Eric Ibar singled in his last at bat. It's a 1-7, and that's a strikeout. That's a 6th strikeout for Matz. In the third out of the inning, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Mets. In the bottom of the inning, it's going to be... Oh, I was not aware he had his own hitting card. Okay. Granderson. It's going to be 4-8. And that's going to be off Blair's car. And 8 is going to be a line drive base hit for Granderson. It's the 4th hit, I believe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4th hit against Blair. Still hanging in there, so Granderson leads off. He won't be stealing a base. Doesn't have that kind of speed. Here's Asdrubal, and that's off his first column, and that's a pop-up to the shortstop. And Ibar makes the catch, 1 away. He's 0 for 3, Cabrera is. And now it's Cespedes, who's 1 for 1. He singled and then walked. Has another opportunity here. And it's going to be a 2-7. And that ball is line base hit. And that's going to send Granderson to third. Cespedes is on at first with his 2nd hit of the game. It's going to be Neil Walker. Neil Walker hit a 3-run double in the 3rd inning. Gave the Mets a 3-0 lead. It was a bases loaded double with 2 outs. Here's Walker with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be 5-5. 5-5 is a ground ball to the second baseman. That's going to be enough to get Granderson home. So Walker gets his 4th RBI. Going to second is Cespedes. So there's 2 outs now. And it's Michael Conforto. Here's the pitch to Conforto. It's off Conforto's card, a 3-7, a ground ball hit at the 3rd baseman. Snyder over to first for the 3rd out. So the Mets pick up 1 run here in the bottom of the 5th on 2 hits. And they now lead it by a score of 5-0. And it's going to be Blair. I'm sorry, it's going to be Matz facing Blair in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be 4-9. 4-9 off of Matz's card is going to be a strikeout. And that's Matz's 7th strikeout of the game. 1 away. Chase Darno leading off. It's 4-10. Again, off of Matz's card, and that's lifted to deep center field. Let's see if Cespedes is going to get to it. Cespedes is a 3 in center field, and we rolled a 19. That may require us to roll again, and it does. Hate that part of this. And that's going to be a 6, and that's a ball that Cespedes hustles back to get. So that's a 2nd out here in the top of the 6th, and it's Ender Enciarte. Enciarte on the day is 0 for 1. He walked and flied out. Here's the pitch from Matz. It's 3-6, and that ball is hit up the middle and through for a base hit to center field. It's going to be Freddie Freeman. We're on first, 2 outs. That is the 3rd hit allowed by Matz. Up to that point, he had retired 10, 11 in a row. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-8. It's going to be off Matz's card, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So he strikes out Freeman for his 8th strikeout of the game and the 3rd out of the inning. The Braves leave 1 here in the top of the 6th, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Metsies. The Amazons are still doing it in 2016. Now the Amazons made it all the way to a one-game playoff against the San Francisco Giants in 2016. They ended up losing 3-0. It's going to be Flores. Wilmer Flores is 0 for 2. He lined out to shortstop twice, so he's hit the ball right on the button twice, but has nothing to show for it. Here's the pitch from Blair, 1-5, and that ball is hit up the middle and through to center field for a base hit. So Flores gets his first hit. He's 1 for 3. It's going to be Loney now, with Flores on at first. And that's going to be a 4-8 off Blair's card, and that ball is a single, and Flores is going to stop at second. So back-to-back singles here, and it's Rene Rivera. Rene Rivera is going to bat, and let's say 4-7 off Blair's card, and that ball is lined base hit. Around third comes Flores. Going to third is Loney. The throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Rivera, and that's 3 consecutive base hits here starting off the bottom of the 6th, and there's runners on the corners now with nobody out. Steven Matz is the batter, so we are going to sacrifice. We're going to hold the runner at third and sacrifice. That's an 8. That is thrown out by first baseman. That's a successful sacrifice for the first out. Over to second goes Rivera. He's on at second, so we have second and third now. And it's going to be Curtis Granderson. Now this game saw Ogando coming in to pitch. So we're going to have a pinch, a relief pitcher, Ogando. Alexi Ogando. Let's see if we have a lefty to pitch to Granderson. Could have Alvarez, Chaz Rowe. Let's see, does Rowe pitch in this game? No. Oh boy. Let's see. Ian Crow, Chaz Rowe. Don't have Chaz Rowe. Withrow and Cervenka. Withrow and Cervenka are in here. Withrow is a righty. Cervenka I don't have. Have Withrow. Who else pitched? Jones, Cervenka, Withrow, Alvarez. Don't know if I have Alvarez either. Going through all of it, I have a big stack of cards. They make so many cards now for all these teams because guys want to, replay everything exactly as it was. So we're gonna bring in Alexi Ogando, I guess, and he's gonna replace Aaron Blair, who's had enough. And Ogando's going to pitch to the lefty, Granderson, with only 1 out. And, okay, so there he is. Runners on second and third now. Granderson, the batter. Ogando, what did Ogando do? He had 2 wins with a 3.94 ERA. And he's going to be replacing Blair. Here's the pitch to Granderson. Runners on second and third, 1 away. Granderson is 1 for 2 on the day. He's popped up, walked, and singled. And that's going to be off Granderson's card. That's a 3-12. It's a hard hit ground ball right at Chase Darno, who over to Ibar, back to first. And no, it was runners on second and third. So that ground ball is going to allow Loney to score. Rivera. That's an A. Hold on a second. No runners before runners hold. Okay, so nobody scores. It's a hard hit ball right at the shortstop. So 2 away now. Got way ahead of myself there. 6-3 for the second out. And then it's going to be Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 3. That's going to be a 6-2 off Ogando's card, and that's going to be a weak grounder to the first baseman, Freeman. He takes it himself for the 3 unassisted for the third out. So the Mets leave 2. They score 1 on the RBI single by Rivera. And at the end of 6, the Mets lead at 6-0. It's going to be Jeff Francoeur against Steven Matz in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. 2-9. That ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. That's a 9th strikeout by Matz. 1 away. Nick Markakis. Markakis is 0 for 2. It's 5-7. That's going to be off Matz's card. 5-7 is a fly ball lifted to center. Hustling over Cespedes. Measures it. 2 away. And now it's Tyler Flowers. Tyler Flowers is 1 for 2. He doubled in the second inning. Here's the pitch, a 5-7. It's off Steven Matz again. Fly ball, center field. Few steps in is Cespedes, and that's the third out. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-0 Mets. In the bottom of the 7th, it's going to be Alexi Ogando facing Cespedes, Walker, and Conforto. Cespedes is 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the day, and he's walked. He's been on base all 3 times. Here's Cespedes, and it's a 5-4. It's going to be off Ogando's card, a ground ball hit right at the third baseman. It's going to be an X, so we're going to have to check the third baseman, who is Snyder, and he's a 3. We were generous with that. Third baseman is a 3-13, and Snyder makes a nice play, throws across the diamond, and gets Cespedes by a step. Let's get Neil Walker now. Here's a pitch to Neil Walker. It's a 1-11. That ball is line base hit for Neil Walker to right field. Walker's on at first now, and that is Walker's second hit of the game. He's 2 for 4 and has driven in 4 runs. It's going to be Michael Conforto now. 1-10, and that ball is hit deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder Enciarte to the track and makes a nice running catch. For the second out of the inning, back to first goes Walker. And it's Flores, Wilmer Flores. He's a utility type player. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He's playing third base today. He also plays first base, second base, and shortstop. And it's a 6-11. A 6-11 is a fly ball left field X. The left fielder is Francoeur, and he's a 3. Re-rolled a 19. That may require us to roll again, and it does. Something I love to do. 14. And that's going to be a ball that Francoeur gets to along the foul line for the third out. So the Mets leave 1 here in the bottom of the 7th and lead it 6-0. Failed to score. We go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Snyder, Ibar, and the pitcher spot. Matz is still in there for the Mets. He's gone 7 innings. So far, he's given up 3 hits. Struck out 9, walked 1. Here's the pitch to Snyder. 6-4, and that strikeout. That's his 10th strikeout of the game. 1 away. Ibar, who is 1 for 2, he singled in the third. Here's the pitch from Matz. It's 4-6, and that ball is line drive up the middle, base hit for Ibar. So Ibar's on at first, and we're going to get a pinch hitter now. Atlanta's going to send up. Atlanta's going to send up Garcia. See how long it takes us to find them. Adonis Garcia is going to pinch hit. And then we're going to get a pitcher. Withrow, where's Withrow? Just had him. All these changes. Oh, there it is. Chris Withrow is going to come in and pitch. And Adonis is going to pit. He's going to lead off. So it's Adonis Garcia for Ogando in the top of the 8th. Ogando went an inning and 2/3 and gave up 1 hit. And it's going to be Blair now. I'm sorry, it's going to be Adonis in what was originally Blair's spot, but it became Ogando's spot. Here's Adonis Garcia, the pitch from Matz. It's going to be 3-5. 3-5 is a line drive base hit single for the pinch hitter Garcia. So Garcia's on at first, and it's Chase Darno. There's action in the Met bullpen now. It's going to be 2-8. 2-8 is a ground ball hit hard right at Flores. Flores over to Walker, back to Loney for a 5-4-3 double play. 2 outs now. And it's going to be Ender Enciarte. 4-10. 4-10 is a fly ball center field X, and that is a 6. And Cespedes is a 3, so that's a ball that Cespedes runs down for the 3rd out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-0 Mets. It's going to be James Loney. Oh, wait a second. Let's back up on that. The inning started in the top of the... So we went 1 player too many. Glad I caught that. I hate when that happens. 1, 2... Yeah. So that double play was the 3rd out. And so we got to finish that just a little bit earlier. And Enciarte did not bat. Glad I went back. I try to go back and double check my work all the time. Okay, so it's still 6-0 Mets in the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Loney, Rivera, and Matz. And they are going to be facing... who do we say it was? It was going to be Withrow, Chris Withrow. Withrow was 3-0 with a 3.58 ERA. Here's a pitch to Loney from Withrow. Loney is 1 for 2 on the day. I'm sorry, he is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled earlier. 1-7, that's a pop-up to the right side. First baseman Freeman calls it. 1 away. And next is Rivera. Rivera is 1 for 2. He walked and singled homer run. Here's the pitch to Rivera, 3-7. 3-7 is a line drive caught by the 3rd baseman, Snyder. 2nd out. And now it's Steven Matz. Steven Matz has his own batting card. He's an elite batter, 2-10. And that's a soft ground ball hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher takes a few steps towards first, throws out Matz for the 3rd out. So we go to the top of the 9th now. Matz is still the Mets pitcher. And it's going to be Enciarte. It's going to be Enciarte, Freeman, and Francoeur. There's action in the Mets bullpen just in case. Here's going to be the pitch from Steven Matz. Say 1-9. Offense Yardy's card. A 1-9 is a soft chopper to the second baseman, Walker, over to first, and gets Inciardi by a step. 1 out. Freddie Freeman is 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Freeman. It's off Freeman's card, a 3-10, and that's a walk, ball 4 to Freeman. So Freeman's on at first. It's going to be the second walk allowed by Matz, who's trying for the shutout here in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Francoeur. It's a 1-6. That's a hard hit ground ball right at Cabrera. Cabrera flips to Walker, back to Loney. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and the game's over. Steven Matz goes the distance, gets a shutout, allows but 4 hits, 2 walks, no runs, strikes out 10. And let me double check on the hits. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 5 hits, excuse me. I said 4, he had 5 hits. So Matz pitches a 5-hit shutout, and the Mets win it here in game, what was that, 67. Game 67, and the Mets record now is 36-31. It's June 18th, and 36-31. And I have one more game versus Atlanta, and then the Mets play the Kansas City Royals, which is going to be a rematch of the previous year's World Series, where the Mets play the Royals. So that's the 2015 World Series. So that's it, guys. I'm going to say adios. Combat Painter, Stratomatic, basic Stratomatic tabletop baseball channel says adios for a little while. I got to run some errands. I got to do some exercise. I got to take care of some other business, and I'll be back with more baseball fun. Take care, guys. The Mets now, their record is 36-31. So long now.